Hey there, fooders! So today on the menu we have some delicious Asian fusion. We're going to be fusing together some flavors of Korean barbecue with some Mexican tacos. So let's get in the kitchen and see how it's done. Now we're going to start by thinly slicing the meat away from some short ribs. Now the thinner the better here, thin to win. The thinner you go, the more tender your meat will be. Remove all the excess fat, and then we're going to slice them into strips and then into half again so that they're bite-sized pieces. Alright, now the most common two types of Korean barbecue are Bulgogi, which is actually sliced tenderloin or sliced sirloin, or there's Galbi, which is what we have here, which is sliced short rib. So you could do either tenderloin or short rib, but just remember if it's tenderloin, then it's going to be called Bulgogi. So for our marinade, we're going to take a couple green onions and we're going to slice them up, and then we're going to chop up 6 cloves of garlic, put it into a bowl or measuring cup, and then we're going to top that with 1 cup of soy sauce, followed by a half cup of brown sugar. Then to that, we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar, followed by 2 tablespoons of a nice dark sesame oil. And then, of course, because I love my spice, about a 1/4 cup of sriracha, but this is optional. I like to have a little bit of heat, but you can tone it down a little bit or not have it at all. Then we're just going to add that to a Ziploc bag with our meat, and we're going to marinate for at least 3 hours. The longer the better though, up to about 48 hours. So marinate for 3 hours up to 2 days. While that's marinating, we're going to move on to our slaw, which the main ingredient of this is going to be our jicama. Now, a lot of you might not know what jicama is, but it is a vegetable that is used in Mexican cooking a lot. Basically, it is a kind of like a water chestnut mixed with a potato, but not as starchy as a potato. It's just really good. Nice and sweet, very, very subtle flavor, so it takes on a lot of flavors of whatever else you put with it. Doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own, but it adds a ton of crunch. So we're going to take our jicama and we're going to peel it and then dice it into little strips. And then we're going to take our cabbage. We're going to take a 1/4 of a cabbage, remove the core, and then we're going to dice that into really fine shreds. And then after shredding our cabbage long ways, I like to flip it and cut it in half again, just so that it's a little bit more bite-sized and easy to eat. And then we're going to slice up a few green onions and about a half a cup of cilantro. Then we're going to throw everything into a bowl along with some matchstick carrots that we have already chopped up. Then we're going to top that off with about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, about a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar, a tablespoon of sesame oil, and then about a teaspoon or so of a little bit more sriracha sauce. Then we are going to top that off with a teaspoon of honey. Then we're going to mix it up really, really well and refrigerate it for about 3 hours so that all those flavors can come together. Now it is winter in my neck of the woods and it is pretty cold outside, so instead of putting this onto my barbecue, I'm just going to put it into a smoking hot cast iron skillet to get that charred flavor that we want and a little bit of that caramelization. It will be delicious, but if it was summer, I would definitely be using the barbecue, so either way will work just fine. Then just cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes per side until you get it nice and cooked through. Now, if you ever do go to a Korean barbecue restaurant, they are super cool because the table actually has a grill in the center of it, and they just bring out the raw marinated meat and you cook it yourself. Super cool. So then to assemble our tacos, we're just going to place our short rib meat onto some corn tortillas that we have placed in a fryer just to loosen up and get them nice and pliable. And then we're going to add a little bit more of that sauce and then top with, of course, our Jicama Slaw. And then if you want to make that pink sauce that I put on there, you just mix a little bit of sriracha with some sour cream and then top it with some cilantro, and there you have it, guys. Some delicious Asian fusion Korean short rib tacos, perfect for any night of the week when you want to have a delicious meal. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See you guys next time.